Hi, and welcome back to Armchair Pundits. Today, we've got Leon, Daryl, and myself, James. So, Liverpool have beaten Man City in the Community Shield, and rightly so. Rightful winners, of course. So, how do you guys see the game?
Yeah, you would say that. No, you were deserving winners of the game. I think it was a good game. It's the kind of match you'd expect from Liverpool, Man City, end to end, both teams, going for the game, not sitting back and resting on their laurels. Thought it was a good chance to see the two big name strikers, Nunes and Haaland. Various differing fortunes for both, but I thought Nunes did really, really well when he came on and showed how much of a problem he's going to be in the Premier League. He gave the City defenders hell, close them down, running the channels, and just being available and always looking to be on the end of chances. Haaland, bit of a baptism of fire for him, playing against probably the best defender in the world in Van Dijk.
The
But
best.
you can see that he's going to get chances. He's new to the City team. They got to get used to playing with him. So I think he'll get goals this season. He's going to get chances, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a good game. It's nice to have a Community Shield match where basically both teams really went for it. I think from the way Klopp set out his team, the different styles of play during different parts of the game, the interviews from Trent afterwards and stuff, it seemed like Klopp really wanted to win this one, which was good. Yeah, Nunes was a problem. He came on, even the celebrations at the end of the match. You see, it meant something to him, so he's going to be a problem. Haaland, it will come with Haaland. I still feel that from what you saw in the game, City still not quite used to playing with that, centre forward, that out and out striker. So that will come. He had chances. He was in the right place at the right time, made the right run. Sometimes weren't picked up. Sometimes De Bruyne had chances to put him through and didn't, or just didn't get the right pass done. So that will come for City. So it goes to show that both these strikers that the top two have signed is going to cause real problems this season, and they've both strengthened in an important part of the field for me, definitely.
For me, it was a good showing. I mean, through preseason, we had the nonsense about Nunes being not all that, poor touch, all this other nonsense. Then he scored 4 goals, which shut some people up. But then for me, it was just I just wanted to see how he fared against Man City and their defenders and the runs he made, the pressure he put them under. It's what you wanted. You had first half Bobby doing his normal and giving them that kind of problem, and then we had a different option, and that option
Mm.
helped us win the game. Yes, they've played 2 preseason games, and you could see our fitness took over towards the end of the game. But it was good that we actually were able to do that, and we didn't let them control it all the way to the end and let it go to penalties. We wanted it, like you said, Klopp. It's the only thing in England he hadn't won yet, and he wanted it. Same with the players. The players are hungry to win. So hopefully, it's not really a
You're sure?
barometer. Yeah, hopefully it's good for the season because you've got Man City who have not made many signings and got rid of 2 of their best players and let one of them go to Chelsea in Sterling, and they look all over the shop. Their defense doesn't look as good, and they were the team who I thought would definitely come third or push us, but then come third towards the end. So I don't know, Cucurella signing possibly 50 million. Is he really the guy? Are they panicking? How do you guys see it?
I mean, they could be panicking, but we don't really know. Barcelona have stolen in and taken two of the players they were interested in with Rafinha and Koundé. I don't know what Barcelona are on, but their squad's looking strong now going into the season. But now Chelsea, I think their problems aren't as bad as people seem to think. They already had a deep squad. They've already had a bunch of players that were on loan who wouldn't have got game time for them. Yes, they've lost Christensen and they lost Rudiger. Rudiger was probably their best defender for dealing with, the man marking perspective.
Mm.
Obviously, Thiago Silva is the guy that controls the back line, but they brought in Sterling, who is going to get more goals than Lukaku. They don't really play with a real number nine. Tuchel doesn't seem to play that way with them. So I don't necessarily think it's going to be that big of an issue of not having Lukaku. I think they're going to be able to handle the situation better than they did last season, where there was so much uncertainty around the ownership and what was going to happen with them. So I think they're going to be strong and battling, just like Tottenham, Arsenal, and Man United for the third and fourth place. Really,
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be tight between this group that's gonna probably battle for that third place after City and Liverpool. I think Chelsea, they've like you said, they've got a deep squad anyway, and they've strengthened with Sterling, and like you said, they don't really play an out and out striker, so it's not going to be a problem, the loss of Lukaku. So I think they'll be there or thereabouts. The defence, they need to address it. I'm not sure about the Cucurella deal. I'm not sure where that really fits in. They maybe play him at left centre back, possibly. I know he did that a bit for Brighton, but it's not really the centre back. It's not a comparison to Koundé, who obviously they thought they was going to get
exactly.
before Barcelona got him. So don't really know where they're going. Still got a month left nearly of this transfer window, so we'll see how they do.
They've got a lot of money as well.
Yeah, they'll be there or thereabouts, obviously.
Well, they've still got to find another forward as well, because reports today that Timo Werner's either going to Juve or Leipzig. So
I can't.
I'm surprised. I'm not surprised, but I can't see them getting rid of him when they haven't really even thought of another. Well, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but we haven't heard of any striker that they're looking to bring in right now.
From what I've seen, is they want to actually give Brozier a chance. They don't want to. West Ham bid for him, and they said, "No, he's not going anywhere."
Yeah, I don't think
Tuchel said,
they'll
"I want
give Brozier that chance and get rid of Werner, though. I think they'll give Brozier a chance to battle it out with Werner, unless they get a good deal for him. Then maybe they'll let him move on. I can't see them letting him go without a replacement, personally.
But talking of strikers, Arsenal, they've apparently almost won the league already because their striker scored 7 goals in pre-season. So
Arsenal fans are gassed right now.
He's the pre-season top goal scorer, I guess. So yeah.
Yeah, we had one of those. Darren Bent, you remember?
In all fairness, though.
Well, but Jesus is obviously
he's
no
looks
offense
good.
to Ben, but he's a better player, and he does look really sharp, and he does fit into the way Arsenal play really well. So I think they're going to be a problem. They were a problem last season. I mean, arguably, you could say that they would say they deserve to get fourth because they were in pole position for most of towards the end of the season. They were in pole position, and then they let it slip against us and then Newcastle. So they're going to be there or thereabouts. Same thing. I think it's going to be tight again, as I said earlier.
I'd like to say, Leon, the table don't lie. Simple. So they don't deserve.
I agree.
It's true.
They deserve where they finished. They finished 5th.
I'm saying they, not me saying that. They
Well,
they
you
were
listen to
saying
Arsenal
that.
fans. They've won the league already this season. So boy,
Well, you know how it goes, isn't it? Everyone seems optimistic, apart from maybe Man United
I
fans.
don't know. Man
But
United
But
for me, they've
yeah.
looked good pre-season.
Yeah.
And I like what Ten Hag's trying to do. He's trying to get his style fully integrated into the team. And it seems like the players are buying into it. And it's been impressive. Again, they've done some behind-the-scenes friendlies. They had 2 friendlies back-to-back the other day. I watched the second one. And, they had a lot of first-teamers starting the second one. Ronaldo started. There's a couple of Donny van de Beek started.
Van de Beek started.
Telles started. Obviously, I had a few youngsters.
They had Martinez.
Yeah, Martinez started.
Martinez
as well,
and Varane started centre back.
He seems to know what he's doing there. And basically, anyone that played the first match didn't have to play the second match. And anyone that didn't get game time in the first game played the second game. I think Eriksen started as well. So, people might want to think it's the under-21 squad, but it wasn't really. He knows what he's doing. He's trying to...
All jokes aside,
They've got a manager that knows what he's doing.
He's a
man,
good
let's be
manager.
honest. They haven't had that.
Look at their squads. Let's be honest, their squads, for what they had in their squad last season, they should never been struggling the way they were.
No,
And
no way.
from what they're going through now, they've brought in some decent players. Yes, Maguire is going to be an issue because I honestly thought they weren't going to keep him as captain because then it solves an issue. Now you keep him as captain. If he stinks out of the place again, you've bought a new centre back. So realistically, you're not going to spend all that money on Martinez and not play him. So for me, once he's settled, he's your first choice left back, left sided centre
Yeah,
back.
for me,
Then
Martinez and
Bro,
Varane's got to be the starting two. Surely,
yeah,
like that
but then
that
but then
speaks for
you've made
itself.
him captain.
it doesn't matter. John Terry was club captain and he was
Yeah,
bench warming
but
for a
that
bit.
wasn't a new manager though. He got phased out and he was old. This is different. Like, new managers
Well,
come in and set his school
Maguire's got to
down.
prove
Well,
himself because we already know that he was a big money signing. It hasn't really panned out there, and he has to go and prove to not only the manager, he has to prove to himself that he's good enough. Because I think
Mm.
part of the problem is he probably thought he was going to step in and dominate, but he hasn't really done that. And maybe he needs to just look back at himself and work out where he needs to improve. And I think, he's going to have a battle on. Martinez is versatile, so he can play in multiple positions.
Apparently, he might play
So I
DM.
don't think it's that big of a problem.
I think. Let's be honest. Varane's not going to play every single game, so
Nah, his body won't hold
so
up.
he's he's gonna get game time, and like you said, Martinez is versatile. So it depends how they want to run their system, but the rest of the squad, like James said, last season was strong enough. So if they bought into this new style of football and this new regime,
Mm.
then they could be a threat this season. They could be battling for Champions League and up there with Chelsea, Tottenham, and Arsenal trying to fight for that. that
I don't even think it's a could. I think they will. I think Ericsson was a masterstroke of a free signing.
yeah,
Obviously, I know you guys have sat there on our previous video and said that you don't understand why you guys went in for him. And like I said, I thought we could have gone for him last January.
mm.
So I think it's going to be interesting where they end up, but they will be challenging for top four in my eyes.
Yeah, so as I said, I don't think there's any doubt that those last two Champions League spots is going to be tight, and I don't think you guys are going to be 10, 20 points ahead of the rest of
No,
us like
I
last
think the gap will
season either.
definitely be closed this season. I don't think it's going to be as much, but how City and Liverpool have strengthened is they've strengthened with the strike force and goals. So there's going to be a lot more of that. I still think we've got our own issues with creativity. Um, you
Mm-hmm.
know, we saw against a typical Mourinho side in the last friendly
Hmm.
that we're still lacking that, and I'm hoping that we address that before the end of the transfer window because that is one thing that worries me this season. To be honest with you, but like we said, everything so far has been pre-season, and that doesn't you can't judge off any of that stuff.
No. So the season kicks off this Friday, and
Hmm.
we've talked about obviously top six really. And then you've got the new teams that have come in. You've got Nottingham Forest that came up. You've got Bournemouth, and then you've got Fulham that ran away with the league. The yo-yo team was Fulham. How do you think? Do you think all of them will stay up? Think any of them will go straight back down? Nottingham Forest have signed a lot of players from what I've been seeing. Fulham not much, and Bournemouth I think 3 players.
I think Fulham have obviously learned from their past experiences. They haven't gone mad this transfer window, and maybe going to try
Mm.
and build off of the team that they had in the Championship and keep that stability. Forest have made some really good signings. They've strengthened. For me, I can see them staying up. And Bournemouth, good manager, good squad, but it's the way the Premier League was last season, and the teams at the bottom, kind of battling out right to the end. I think these teams coming up are gonna struggle really. To be honest with you, I think Forest have got more about them because of the signings they've made, the attacking style of football that they play. I think that suits the Premier League more than the other two, and the other two seem, I don't know, their styles just seem very Championship orientated, and like you said, they haven't made many signings, so I'm not sure if they're just doing the yo-yo effect, like you said.
If you look at it, they've bought Taya Awini, this is Nottingham Forest, former Liverpool youngster. That's a potential good signing. Nico Williams, who was Trent's understudy, does really well for Wales.
Very
That's
good.
a good signing.
signing.
Lingard,
Surprised everyone.
Dean Henderson.
Yep.
Yeah.
Manu's
So,
probably one of Manu's top goalkeepers, really, to be honest with you. If it wasn't for the fact that they got De Gea, he'd be starting. So they've strengthened with quality signings that that are Premiership ready for me.
do you see anyone being a surprise package this season?
I think
Aston Villa, West Ham. West Ham wouldn't be surprised, but Fulham.
I think Fulham might stay up. I don't know why, but I just got a feeling that they might stay up this year.
Well, Mitrovic
there's-
deserves a team because he kills. He's too good for the Championship, but he hasn't been good enough for the
We've seen
Premier
this
League.
before with Mitrovic.
So maybe he's found a team.
Yeah, man. There's been many
We've
strikers like
seen this
that,
with
bro.
Mitrovic before, though.
Yeah,
He's had
but-
the
no,
chance
but
in the Premier League
The
and
goals
he
he got
scored.
last year. Yeah. I'm just hoping. Obviously, they've lost Carvalho to us, so that could be a big miss for them. I'm not sure they've fully replaced him yet with anyone of that ilk or of that level of quality. But if they can play their style
Well,
of
we
football, go ahead.
They got Andres Pereira, didn't they, from Manchester
Yes,
United?
they did.
So,
They did.
so he's technically the replacement. They bought Palhinha from Sporting Lisbon. He's a defensive midfielder. They bought Bert Leno
Oh yeah, I forgot. About
from
That's a
Arsenal.
good signing.
that one.
So that's not
Yeah,
that's a
very
good
good
signing
signing.
for them. Mbabu, right back.
I'm not too
for
sure.
Wolfsburg.
When he came and played for Newcastle, he did not adjust to the Premier League really.
Yeah.
So he's a bit older now, so maybe it'll be a bit different.
Mbappe for me is
Yeah.
a FIFA player. He's good in FIFA, but like, he's not the same guy in real life.
I think the
Very
one
true, very true.
that they were chasing, I've not seen much of, is a winger, Minor Solomon. There was they got from Shakhtar. So it'll be interesting to see. I always like to see these players that we don't really see much of and see how they can impact the league. So he's one as a winger. That'll be interesting to see how he comes through. But I think looking at Aston Villa, they've made some shrewd signings. Kamara as a DM, he's really. I think looking at the preseason games, he's really starting as a DM. And Carlos has come in, and Mings has been dropped as captain. So does that mean that Mings is now liable to be dropped from them?
Well, he had some mares last season.
Yeah.
He was at fault for some really poor goals.
And Gerrard don't
So
play.
I'm not surprised. No, he
Gerrard don't
doesn't.
play.
And you've seen that. He's given John McGinn the captaincy.
That's not a bad choice.
John McGinn was good last season as well.
No, it's not.
He deserved.
He's been good for years. He's been reliable for years.
I think Mings had a good start to the season and just fell off really. So, he was in the England squad doing his thing for England as well. And I don't know what's happened, but to have the captaincy taken away from you, that doesn't bode well for him personally, from what I can see.
He spoke well about it afterwards. He said it's going to help his football can concentrate on what he is best at. So let's just see where it goes with him.
He responded in the right way that
He
you want your
responded-
players to
He
respond.
responded in
Something
the
like
club,
that, to be
in the
honest.
club manner, didn't he? Do you know what I mean? As a professional, I'm pretty sure being stripped of the captaincy ain't going to sit right. I wouldn't be happy.
So first game of the season for our respective teams. How do you see it going? So you guys are home to Southampton.
Got to win our home games. We lost this fixture last year. I'm sure Darryl remembers it well.
Remember that? Did a number
Southampton
on us. Yeah, they
deserved to win as well.
They deserved that one.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst performances last season from my memory. Simple. 3 points are needed. Set the tones from the start. Can't accept nothing but 3 points. From my opinion, personally. Yeah,
Got to win your home games.
Yeah,
I'll
Got
say
to win
that.
your home games.
We've got Fulham. So I'll say same with us. Away, we always seem to get newly promoted teams.
yeah.
So
You do.
So
Fulham's a
Fulham,
nice start for you guys.
It seems a bit of a bias that
we'll beat them. Yeah, I think we'll beat them. Hopefully, Carvalho gets a chance to go and have a little run out as well. So, well, we'll see. First, I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm probably going to watch at least 3 or 4 of the games over the weekend, and then
Well,
obviously
that
the Monday
Palace
night
Arsenal
football.
Yeah.
game's a great start.
Yeah, it
Come on,
is.
Palace.
It,
I'm sure you will be
yeah,
rooting for
that's going
them.
to be a good game, you know. It's going to be a good game.
Bro,
But,
I'm
don't
rooting for
forget,
Palace.
Palace have lost some of their key players that they had last season that were on loan. So, the loss of Gallagher, that's going to hurt them.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
but Vieira's recruited.
Mm.
Well,
And
not even that. They're preseason. Did you see what happened with their preseason?
no, what happened to them?
So
No.
a lot of their players, I think COVID restrictions with Australia, Eze's, the Zahas, none of
Sanchez.
them went on. Yeah, none of them went with Vieira on tour, and they stayed at home. So they
Okay.
had some players playing at home, and some
Yeah.
players playing in Australia, and most of their best players are playing there. So it'll be interesting to see if they've managed to fix that for the Arsenal game. But
Luckily for them,
hopefully,
that
Crystal
game being
Palace
at
win.
home obviously has its benefits because
Yeah,
the confidence of
it's
that
a derby
Arsenal
as well,
team.
isn't it?
If they had been at the Emirates, I'm pretty sure we know where those 3 points are going.
Okay, so we'll catch up again after the weekend, and sure we'll do a review on how the first weekend went.
Yeah.
And surely both our teams will win, so we'll be happy doing that review. So thanks for
Yeah.
watching, guys, and stay tuned for more videos from us.
Cheers. All right, thanks.
Take care.
Bye.
Catch you later.